boy, it is late. It is 1:46. I have meetings with this business partner of mine probably about once every 10 days, once every 2 weeks. And when we get together, we stay up late. We talk business for a bit, and then we stay up late and we talk life philosophy, and we talk the universe, and we talk God, and we talk the way things work and the way things are, and different philosophies on being. And tonight was no exception. It was started out as a really stressful night, actually. There were some areas of tension between us, miscommunications, and different modes of operation. He lives his life and operates his business in one way, and I live my life and operate mine in another. And the way we were missing each other was it was tangible. It was palpable. Palpable. I don't know. I need to look that word up so I know how many syllables there are and how to say it. But it was I could feel it in the air the moment I walked into the room. I was like, this guy's upset with me. And it wasn't just that this guy's upset and stressed. It's this guy's upset and stressed, and I love him to death, but I feel like he's pointing his upset and his stress with his life at me in this moment. I wasn't living up to some unspecified expectations that he had. And we talked, and it turns out it's because of our mode of operation. The way I approach a proposal in a meeting is completely different to how he approaches a proposal in a meeting, and it's because of our different life experiences. And he's got way more experience than I do, and so I wanted to kind of give way to his experience, but something in me just, I don't know. We arrived at a compromise. We arrived at a healthy place. And it started out really stressful, and I'll be honest with you guys, because there's only like 2 or 3 of you watching these videos all the way through, and I know he's not one of them, but I'll be honest with you, I had the impulse, and just because I had the impulse doesn't mean it's me, doesn't mean I'm going to do anything with it, but there were a couple of times in the middle of our conversation I thought and I felt very strongly, pardon my French, if you don't like cursing, turn this off now, but the thought that went in my head was, fuck this shit, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I'm going to get up and I'm going to leave. I've got this project that I'm working on that I am excited about, that is flourishing, that is, I'm writing, I've never written a book before, but I've got probably about 10 pages done now. It's probably up to like 3,000 words or something like that, which I counted the words on one page of a book and multiplied it. It's like 387 pages a page. 387 words per page, essentially. And so I've got about 10 pages of this thing done. I'm really excited. I'm loving it. It's getting a response and action out of me, and I've shared a little bit with some of the people around me, and it's getting response and action out of them. It's exciting stuff, and I believe in what I'm doing, and it's what I think I'm supposed to do next. It's what I am engaging in to do next. And so, like, any of this stuff that all these jobs I'm taking on the side to make money, they don't get it. They don't get me going. They don't inspire me. I'm looking at like one of the biggest paydays with the job I'm working on right now. It'd be in the top 3, depending on how the pay is worked out. It would be in the top 3 of the highest paid jobs I've ever done. That's exciting. That's a lot of money. We're talking potentially 5 figures, which for one job is really, really good. But it doesn't excite me, and it doesn't inspire me, and it doesn't ignite me, and there's no fire in me from this. It's just kind of, well, if you do this, then you get money. And where I am in life, I am reaching for more than that. And so I just don't find myself inspired by work just for money, just for pay. It's for relationships. It's for building something greater, building something bigger. And so yeah, I felt the urge in the early goings of our conversation to just say, I'm done. You do whatever you want to do with this. Good luck. I hope it works out. I brought the lead in. I brought the job in. I had the relationship pre-established with the client, all this stuff. But I don't care. I want this guy that I'm working with to have the money. I want him to have the work. And I'm not just trying to be, I'm just so selfless. It's like, no, I am doing this job because I know my family could use the money, and I know my wife would like the money, and I know that I would like the money, but I'm not doing it for the money. I don't know. It's bigger than that for me. Anyway, I stuck through the meeting. We talked out our differences. We figured out what was spawning these differences. What was at the root of both of us feeling this animosity? What was at the root of it? And we talked about it. We uncovered it, and we were able to solve for it. And then we got a really good shot in the arm. I mean, had some really great inspirational breakthroughs with what we're going to present to this client, and it wouldn't have happened if I had listened to the impulse to just get up and leave, F this and leave. If I had given in to that, I might have lost a professional relationship. I don't think our friendship would have been hurt. Actually, I think he would have been okay with that. Sorry, there's like a cop right here. Why is there a cop? Well, I guess it's a good time to be out. 1:52 in the morning, you never know. Anyway, sorry, I'm speeding. I always speed a little bit. Not enough to get pulled over ever, but just enough to make me worry that I'm gonna get pulled over. But if I call these kinds of impulses and these kinds of feelings programs, and if I had let this program of anger and frustration dictate my actions, I would have gotten up and left. But with me understanding that my thoughts, my feelings, my impulses, they're not me, they're happening in the space in which I reside. I'll go on and talk more about this later. This is part of what I'm writing about, but we're not our thoughts. We're not our impulses. Our mind is what does this stuff. I mean, it's I kind of had these ideas, and then a friend of mine gave me, he's like, you know what, a lot of stuff you're talking about, you need this book. She gave me the book, Power of Now. And between the Power of Now and Big Magic, you can kind of understand how I feel about ideas inspiring people. And anyway, ideas are also programs in my philosophy and what I'm writing in this simulation concept. And bad impulses are also programs. And so I was able to keep my bigger goal in mind, my bigger focus in mind, my bigger reasons in mind, and press through to solve the problem instead of just giving up and giving in. Because your programs, your feelings, your thoughts, your impulses can't determine every single action. There are some things in this life that, you don't have the time to sit back and reason it all out. You don't have the time. You have to react. But so much of our lives are lived out of that reactive mind. Like, you said something that made me mad. Now I'm mad, and I'm going to act out of the program of anger. Instead of, I have a bigger mission in mind. I have a bigger concept, a bigger project that I'm working on, and this meets my criteria. This meets my needs that I need in this life. And so I'm going to ignore the program that is telling me to just get up and leave, and I'm going to see this through to the end. And a lot of people talk about, well, you can't be controlled by emotions, and I agree with that. I think you should be informed by emotions. I think that those thoughts, those impulses, those reactions, they serve a purpose. You shouldn't just ignore them and just let them go immediately or just stuff them down. You need to greet it, acknowledge it. This feeling is happening, this impulse is happening, and then know where it's coming from, know what purpose it's serving, and then decide if you're going to let that program run. Anyway, this is all tied into the stuff that I'm writing for my book. But it was just nice to have another moment where I'm maturing, and I'm reaching new levels of maturation as an adult. And a lot of it is due to the work that I'm doing. A lot of it's due to the writing that I'm doing, and the books that I'm reading, and my meditation time, and all the practices that I've got in place. If I didn't have those, I might have flown off the cuff and said, you know what, my impulse is this, and I'm going to follow this impulse, and screw this, I'm done. But it just, mind the gap, create a small gap in the mind, And I'm writing about that too. So keep watching this vlog. I'll keep talking about this stuff, and be looking for my book in summer of 2019. I have no idea. I don't know how long it's going to take me to write this thing, but anytime I see my work reflected in real life, or I see real life reflected in my work, it's affirmation, it's confirmation that what I'm doing, what I'm working on is correct. And it's inspiring change and action in me. It's inspiring change and action in the people around me. And if you can help people uncover their purpose in their life, if you can help yourself uncover purpose in your life, and it's through the work that you're doing, like that's a good sign, right? Anyway, for me it is. It's inspiring. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following along on this journey with me. And yeah, if you have any comments, leave them below. If you want to send me a message, feel free to. I'm an open book, man. I'm an open cat, open to conversation, open to hearing life problems and life theories. And so if you, I don't know if you want to chat, or if you have any thoughts based on the thoughts I presented here, feel free to reach out to me, because I'm just a human being in a car driving down a highway in Kansas. So don't let the screen or the digital representation of my life fool you into thinking that that's all that I am. I'm an open book, and I love interaction and communication. So if you feel so inspired, do so. Communicate, reach out. So, and if you're curious about the work that I'm doing, if you're, I'm just gonna throw this out there. If you're still watching and you're an app developer, or you're a civil engineer, or you are just curious, I'm looking for people that are like-minded, but not too like-minded. I want new perspective and new insights, but I'm looking for people who are like-minded, who want a better reality, who want a better life for us, ourselves, and the people around us. Then let's talk, because I'd love to share my bigger vision with more people. I've just found that a lot of people are too busy living this prepackaged, factory, out-of-the-box life, and I believe we're supposed to be living handcrafted, tailor-made lives. And that's part of what my mission is in my life, is to help people find what their tailor-made purpose is in this existence, what they really want to do, and who they really want to be. And if you're interested in that, and you're interested in turning the lights on for other folks, just reach out to me, and we'll have more conversations. And as this develops, it'll become clear how you potentially fit into what it is I'm working on, and how maybe I fit into what it is you're working on. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys later.